as well. So Mirage, we want this one to deliver in buckets and spades, no more blowouts.
Yeah, please and thank you. That's what I'm after. And I'm sure both of these squads are in hot pursuit of that victory in the pistol. Yet to see too much of this head-to-head, the Shiro and Simple head-to-head, at least in terms of one-on-one duels. Haven't been taking too many of those with the AWPs. And Tease, straight towards A off the back of a quick smoke towards the connector. They're just going to flood in. Let's see how Electronic and Simple, quite the potent duo, handle this one. Oh, the counter flash is so good from Boomich. Simple lines up 2 with ease. Slows them down. Now Boomich even peppering them himself. And this one could be over quick. Blink and you miss it. Navi, 1-0 up, just launching themselves into the financial advantage.
Yeah, and some huge keys there with so many players of that Navi side not having to reinvest in armor. Like, I think Bit and Simple, for example, get that cheap upgrade to head armor. So that's going to make sure that their buy is looking pretty. And I think that's reflected here by the amount of rifles we already see purchased on up. Here it is again, in case you missed it.
So his flash caught all of Tetris, all of Sandwich, and then Electronic, Perfecto, Boomich, 4 players were ready to take contact.
Yeah, they were more than ready for that type of an A play, and now it looks like it's the waterfall out of Palace, the flash to facilitate. How many can Boomich get?
Simple does well to control and find 1, 2, in fact, for him. And yeah, no plan, no hope. Damn, not a single Gambit frag. 2 rounds into play.
Well, at least they get the AKs out nice and quick. Gambit doing the first 2 fast. Now we'll see the AK-47s.
They did that for production, actually.
Yeah, they
like,
thought,
right.
oh, Jesus, we're getting a bit close to that Astralis heroic match start time. Let's make these quick.
Can you believe that, by the way? If you have just tuned into the stream, honestly, you're bang on time. You're about to see the closest game of this best-of-3 series between the 2 CIS brotherhoods. And now, straight after that, Astralis heroic clash for a spot in the semi-finals of Dreamhack Masters Spring.
Yeah, I think your Sunday is sorted.
Yeah, 100%. Make sure you got your snacks on hand.
Oh, Simple here. Very, very quick to get this mid control. Axile left to his own devices here as the other 4 are working on an A play. Boomich, he's evacuated the site. They are playing passive. There's nobody over towards CT right now. It's jungle and stairs, and Boomich is caught out.
Oh, just to go for it again takes some serious cojones. Shiro spots out the stairs player, but he's caught with nades in his hands, and just like that, Gambit take the site.
Oh, they found their first kills, and should be their first round. Axel even hunting and locking them in here.
Oh, this could be a very potent punish. I mean, they're already thinking about the save, right? But how aware or alert are they going to be for a B-Apps walk at this point in time? It seems like they're ready for it. It seems like Simple's going to try and save right behind enemy lines. AK-47, thank you very much.
Yeah, the game of Where's Waldo gets a little bit easier now. Oh, they need to be careful in kitchen. Axile's here.
Oh!
Mouse wheel fans.
Oh, it couldn't have gone worse initially, but he stepped up to the mark. Some serious control of that AK. Body shots galore. And now only the 1 AK to be preserved. Well, that's an incredibly punishing swing, right? If there's a pendulum that swung Navi's way for the first 2, this was a swift return to Gambit's side of the court.
Yeah, and I think losing those 2 extra guns there is the real salt in the wound, because Perfecto, sure, he's saved. The loss bonus now 1,400, but if they had at least 1 more of those 3 staying alive, their buy would look a lot better than it does right now. They've been able to drop it across. I think the only real omission is going to be Boomich on that Famis. So not as bad as I initially thought, but still just scraping through. Electronic with the smooth move this time round.
Was that smooth with a V?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I've been there. Now, they are already got 3 leaning towards this Palace position. Simple wants information middle and calls it clear for now.
Look where Axel is.
Yeah,
oh.
Boomich has got a great little headshot angle. He peeks in for more, takes 2 heads into the A site defense.
Here's the problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. It's Axel. The transfer's not there. Bit with some recovery, but the bomb now to be planted. Trying to buy some space with their util. It's Shiro and Hobbit up against the Navi boys. And Hobbit actually looking to battle for CT a little bit here. Oh, good control. Bit's there. And so a 1v2 is handed to Shiro, and he will 100% be going for this one, unlike Overpass. It's ticking in his favor every passing second as Navi hold their walk keys and try and process of elimination their way through. Now, there is a kit in play, Electronic equipped with not only that, but a smoke from his teammate onto the bomb. Oh, they actually smoke ramp. Interesting. Oh, he's got a gap. That's so brutal. And now he can walk in, catches Bit, forces them off the bomb, and Shiro comes up clutch. Gambit equalize immediately upon arrival.
Oh, I thought there was no hope in the world there. It was the default plant. They had that smoke like you mentioned. I suppose they didn't want to drop it on the bomb in case he was up close and personal behind the sight boxes, but still their undoing here was just a little bit of clumsy utility usage, and Shiro just gets 2 easy kills. Boomich did a lot considering the circumstances and just looking the wrong way. See, with the default plant, looking towards Palace there was Bit, and Nafany getting fired up because this is map number 3. No more to be played after this, and
ooh, I honestly don't think I've ever seen Nafany so animated. He really celebrating this one. And I'm sure, Chad, as you highlighted way back on Dust 2, there is so much more than just the result, than just the semi-final on the line for Gambit. This dude's talking about an era. You know, he's put a year of hard work, and it's paid off to the extent where now you have international acclaim. You haven't had that before.
Against the best player in the world, again, from your region, right? Actually, let me try that again. From the best player in the world, and he's also from your region, right? The team who... Oh, hold on a second, a little bit of a gap here.
Gap. Only a 5-7, though. I mean, what can Simple do with a 5-7?
Warning shots at best.
The snapping turtle does not find its prey.
Oh, when the cleanup crew is here.
Ooh, and Perfecto has been burned to a crisp, burning, in fact, all the way to kitchen. All right.
It's getting a bit awkward, hasn't it? Everybody's everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Nafany might get another frag here with his Mac 10 is dreamy business. Wow. All right, Gambit. Okay. Everyone gets an AK as well as that 600 kill reward. So they really are nurturing themselves. It's self-care right now from Gambit.
Big proponent of that.
Yeah. As was Mac Miller. To be sure to check that out if you haven't already. What a track.
Okay, Navi will get this purchase back in. No AWP still for Simple, and Perfecto having to defend with an MP9. So it's not great over there on the CT side. But it looks like a change-up from A.
A big change-up, and I wonder if the B players are going to be resilient here.
Sure, looking for a peek with this AWP. Jumps back in, Perfecto. Oh, dearie me.
Playing with fire, that boy. Quite literally as it spreads towards him.
Well, without the pick, now they can regather and just go into a default spread. Nafany's still top mid. Hobbit and Axile working their way through the underpass. And they've got it for seemingly free. Inters in apartments, and the other two now just creeping out top mid. So completely under the control right now of Gambit is the mid corridor.
A facet I hadn't even thought about yet, Chad, is the fact that, you know, Mirage is probably still leaving quite a mark from their bout with Heroic. They were so exhausted by the time they got to this map, and they ended up conceding one of the most historic clutches in recent memory for the loss of the Pro League Finals. This is the territory they didn't really get to demonstrate their second half of. Nafany, oh, spots one. They know for the swing. Lucky to be alive there.
Very lucky.
Short-lived, he loses his teammate, and now wanting to trade back. Wow, damn, Nafany, the fact he wants to force the issue here. Oh, he's even baited out Bit. I'd be nervous if I'm Bit now, because Nafany is a man possessed. He wants to get into this B site. He's doing it entirely on his own. He's pre-aiming and pre-firing. Oh! He's just done it on his own. Nafany takes B. Gambit take B. Boomich is quick out the window, though. They may not be anticipating this. He could catch the back's turn. Nafany, you ain't got any more for me, have you? Tags him up to 47. Electronics low and spotted now in the window. Vision's restored. Shiro's low, but Nafany on for an ace here. One more bullet into Electronic. It's coming his way, and he'll take it. That's all him. Remember the name Nafany as he forces the entire Navi squad to bend the knee.
What an impressive round that was. That is insane. It's not like they lined up for him. He had to isolate every single one of those
And he was tagged
fights.
up to 50, I could have sworn here. Yeah, what? 62 he was tagged up before we got a single frag.
This one on Simple is impressive. I'm not sure if you caught a sound cue there, but the awareness just to be ready for all of these fights. And Nafany, boom! What a round right there. Huge stuff. And yeah, Perfecto's expression, I think that says it all. Whew.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think the third is the most impressive. The fact that you've even got the first, you know, onto bench, you were already squealing. And the fact that he builds a whole round out of that, that has sent Navi right back down to their grave. 2.5 on the low end, 3.2 on that. This is what I was talking about. Yeah. Look at this. The third, as we've discussed.
Look at the time as well, right? I come from an era of Counter-Strike. When there's 20 seconds left on the clock, you can't hear anything because the comms are so mental. Someone's yelling, get that bomb down. And they're just poised in this moment, just lining them up, knocking them down.
Oh, that is such a catastrophe for Navi, dude. They're going to be feeling the ramifications into the next 2 rounds of play.
Yeah, flow-on effects of this is rough. It is the max loss bonus now, so maybe, just maybe, the AWPs can come out and speak their name. Shiro makes it work. Electronic falls, and it's likely round number 7 does as well.
How interesting. I just saw Navi look at nothing and start calming up a storm. He's trying to coordinate the next step of their evolution.
So they're just setting up to go back towards B.
Yeah.
Sorry, A. Definitely not B. Complete other side of the map.
Navi.
This is mental stuff here. I know it's just against the Pistols, and we're not talking about a full buy round, but he is looking very, very sharp and has a lot of conviction in the way that he is approaching these fights. It's a daunting task to have to deal with him now on mid, and like I'm saying, the orbs will come out. It is going to get harder for him, but if he can continue this level of precision with his aim, oof, maybe it will be another blowout. Every peek, it's just insta-dead, simple. You want to step up to the plate? Nafi's not missing.
Someone needs to humble him, otherwise he's going to be having a scorcher. Oh, down goes Simple.
Have they even had a chance to fire many bullets here on this CT side this round?
Do you remember how quick those first 2 were?
Yeah. And they hadn't had a kill, and now it's sitting at 5-2.
Now Navi haven't saved a single penny. They haven't had a single weapon or a round to report in the last, what, 4, 5 of play? Yeah, it's 5. Saving 1 in that first. But still, let's get this one going again.
No kits. The AWP is out. AUG's there as well. Utility is exactly where Navi wants it. So if there's any resistance in the tank, it's in a round like this, we'll see it. Mid-control looked for by Hobbit. Smokes, mollies, flashes, everything being thrown out. Nafi, sorry, what? He's just creeping in. Oh, this time, Perfecto, we're not going to get away with any more of that nonsense.
They heard it. They know there was more. It might act as a bit of a bait, or it might just incite Perfecto to push.
That is crazy. Look how far up Nafi was. Just truly feeling himself here today. We'll slow on down for Gambit a little bit here, but now Nafi can have all of his eyes over the 4 POVs of his teammates. You two are quite light on this, but they have mollies to dissuade, push players away from the van, molly out that bench position. Get on into this B bomb side as Perfecto lobs out another smoke. 20 more seconds to be drawn off the clock, and
they got no info at all.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Gambit don't get a kill, Alex, that we just see a weird save.
Okay, well, you planted the seed. Let's see how they build upon it. So, as you said, yeah, they shaved that 20 seconds off. We now work with just 35 as the Perfecto and Bits assault comes in. They're ready to receive. Looks like, ooh, actually baiting the shot with his movement there. Axile's managed to get in. Oh, and he's threading the needle between the 2 defenders. Oh, does get one. Bits alone. The rotate from Electronic is present, and it's only Shiro on the site with 19 seconds left. What are you supposed to do? Hobbit's behind him. Hobbit's behind him! And now they can plant. They've done it. Gambit are into the B site. Far from the save. Now it's Boomich that has to save the day. Pips the gap. Shiro wasn't holding that window. Still not massive advantage as he does just elephant foot. Ooh, tag down to 10. That's his options removed.
He wants to save now, yeah. Boomich. It's crazy how quickly that round turned away. And Boomich is going to get out of there, but what on earth happened there? Hobbit's hunting. Shiro's having a look too. He's left his ult behind. They want to take this away. They don't want to allow Boomich to hold on to anything.
He's baiting him as best he can. Oh, and Shiro's so loud about this. You know he's going to be on that close bin. You know he's on the close bin. Nice defense. Simple's got a special treat delivered to him. Oh. Okay. Woo. That's something. That's something. Simple does get his special treat. But
you know things are going really well when your AWPer drops the AWP, just runs in with a Tech 9 to try and take that gun away. That's how well things are going for Gambit right now. That really, really sets it up for everybody at home. And to note that that initial exchange on the B bomb site was in the first 20 seconds of that round.
Yeah.
They had the 4-on-5. I don't even quite understand what Hobbit did.
So he was solo mid by Delpan.
Yes.
And then as contact was taken and they confirmed Electronic had rotated B, he did the bench jump and
Perfect.
Bob's your uncle.
Just
yeah,
perfect.
really impressive. Really cool. I don't see that too often. Like a late mid-round, like 2v2 flank kitchen.
Okay, Nafany's dead, but it didn't matter last round. And this round, Navi are more under-equipped than they were. So what are Gambit going to do with this 4-on-5 situation?
Well,
Almost the same amount of time left on the clock.
This opening kill is a product of the Boomich save. I mean, Simple would not have had that weapon without it. So now the Nafany's gone down. Justification for the hunt is rife.
Well, Hobbit's doing the same thing, but they're just going to try it on the other bomb site by the looks of things.
Okay, well, you've got a 3-man defense set up on B. Now is the perfect time to pull the trigger on an A1. Shiro eyes on his teammates' monitors for sync. Ooh, okay, Electronic confirms the AWP is out, but that's a chance. And what Inters was the one to hit it? I thought we might have had a brazen no-scope. Hobbit as well posting more. He is challenged out by Perfecto, and now a rifle falls into enemy hands. Simple has a lot to do. It's Shiro crossing in, and oh, damn, Shiro, hyper aware of the angles. Catches Simple before he can have any impact. They weren't rushing to get that bomb down, and Perfecto just caught with his pants around his ankles. We see 7. Gambit didn't get to see an awful lot out of the Gambit Mirage. This T side, though, is looking fantastic.
Yeah, even with these opening deaths. So if Nafany doesn't go down early, he gets a bunch of kills or an ace. If he does go down early, the rest of his teammates seem to be coordinated enough to peel apart around like that. And yeah, once again, sure, Navi didn't have a whole amount of guns, but they still had that number advantage. So as we look into the next round of play, round number 10, we'll bring up the scores on the doors, and you can see 7 on the trot here for Gambit, just those opening 2 for Navi. And keep in mind, in those opening 2, Navi didn't concede a single death. It was a flawless pistol. It was a flawless anti-eco. They didn't even allow the plant. And now they're just getting battered and bruised. They've even got the opening kills in the last couple of rounds and haven't looked threatening at all. So Navi, it's now or never on map number 3, and you can see this with the split screen action. Shiro's peek onto Simple here, just the arm.
Oh, that's exactly the replay I would have dreamed up in my brain.
That's perfect right
Nice
there.
work, gang. I was intrigued to see how much you could see. Just the shoulder. Oh, Electronic. Perfect. Almost a one-way. No one could see anything, at least on Nafany's screen. And Inters is trying his luck at an aggressive one. They spot out Boomich, and now Gambit have some pressure. More than pressure, they've got 2 frags. 3 frags! Just like that, the site has fallen. Bit and Simple, the B defense standing strong. Oh, and Simple's ready. A 2 versus 4 immediately equalized by virtue of the Zoom banger. Bait steps, they're trying to draw them into Simple's line of sight again. Shiro's opting for Palace. He's gone all the way around the world. He was ramp. Looping back around to try and catch Simple with this jungle fight. I don't know if Simple's going to be expecting that. Doesn't matter now. Falling out. Bit tucks himself into a power position. Is his barrel visible? I don't think so. In which case... Oh, this is a good Navi decision here. There should be a trade available onto Winters at the bare minimum. Not needed. Bit finds him. Shiro responds, and no, there should be Simple into the feed. Does not let his feet touch the ground. And so 3 kills for Simple's AWP. It recovers around. Just 1 for Navi, and it's all a product of that saved AWP.
It's just so impressive, the decision-making out of Gambit. I know they didn't win this round, but that was a mid-control, right? When you see how committed Electronic is to that, it's a mid-control round. They're putting a lot of forces to get control of that part of the map. Gambit respond perfectly, but it's not that they make the right response. It's that they have the players in the right places to make that response. Right, like a mid-control, okay, we've got a whole bunch of players over towards A. Let's take the liberty of isolating Boomich, who is the anchor. Let's go out apps, let's go out ramp, and they did exactly that. Wasn't enough to get them across the line here, but they could ruin Navi's economy with a round like this. And well, Hobbit's already found himself under window. Nafany, he's pushing down as well, and Shiro's seeing all of this.
Yeah, this is a huge round in the grand scheme, right?
And desperately a Navi round needed, whereas for Gambit, they win this. They've won the majority of the rounds here in the first half, and they are set for what could be 10 or 11 in total.
Lots of CT smokes bloomed right now. Gambit respond with more of their own. So mid is an uncertainty. Bit was considering aggression, but seems hyper vigilant towards this corner. They molly him out. Nafi's pushing. He's so blind. He still does good damage. Bit down to 19, and Axile's already opened up onto the Perfecto. This B site is about to be tested in a very big way, and Gambit just a flurry of frags. Electronic and Simple remain two of the hardest hitters. A nice off angle from Inters. And now just Mr. Simple. Not having any of that, is he?
It's just such a shame, right? We understand, you know, we all get it, but you just love to see him give one a crack. It's a difficult round to win. It also might be a different scenario to save. And well, as both AWPers stand back to back, Simple has heard the ladder. That vent would be the sound cue that he needs.
It's not the sound cue he wanted to hear, Chad. Like, it's probably, if he had to make a list of sounds he didn't want to hear while saving under window, I think the ladder would be one of them. Oh dear. He gets the info super hyper safe.
Oh no.
And now it's a no-scope fight. Oh, he's wall-banged.
No.
He's swung on. They're bullies. These boys, they will just, you know, they are the definition, they are the epitome of salt in the wound, twist of the knife, barbed arrowheads, anything that just makes it an absolute nightmare to remove.
Can you believe he just cleared that like that? I don't know if he meant to miss the jump.
No, but I wouldn't rule it out. I actually wouldn't rule it out.
What a mad clear that was.
He could be close, so I'll fake the ladder, then I'll miss the jump but get the info at such a high rate it's impossible for him to hit the shot.
Well,
come on.
They look like a genius.
They do.
So we'll paint them that way.
That's our job.
It's not just circumstance. Okay, well, Navi back down to just the pistols again. And I say that while grimacing. We didn't want the blowout. We're currently getting the blowout. Still lots of Counter-Strike to be played here, but this is the gear shift.
It's a very exclusive club, those that have beaten Gambit in a best of 3.
Yeah.
Never mind a best of 5. Shoutouts to Heroic, who are playing next.
Well, if Navi drop this will be the 3rd time they've faced this year, and the 3rd time Gambit come out on top.
100% success rate against your domestic rival. Damn, Gambit. There's an easy molly you can all learn at home, in case you don't have one for that dark position. And Inter's completely smoked off, and Rush presses that Axile button for a reason. It's because he's taken a lot of space and still undeterred by being dinked down. There's a weapon.
Yeah, he falls eventually. 3-on-3 now.
Yeah, maybe there's something to be said.
Gets a bit more doable.
Simple's got to find one. Hard shots, super hard shots. He won't go last long on that triple box. The wall banks will come in. Felt like Inter's had 70 bullets in his AK there.
Yeah, that one there, a bit sporadic how Simple, unable to land a shot. Boomich tries his luck. Gonna get the same result. Line him up, knock him down, 93.
Astralis Heroic next. Gambit looking for a semi-final here.
Now, look, we always, when we look at brackets and we look at the teams available, we're hoping for like what could be the most interesting draws. Now, hear me out, and Astralis fans, just hear me out. Imagine if we get Gambit over Navi, which is looking likely now. We get Heroic over Astralis. That's going to keep Navi and Astralis on opposite sides of the bracket. That's going to keep Gambit and Heroic on opposite sides of the bracket, right? That means that the little brothers get to face the big brothers of the other region.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, if they win their quarterfinal games, which are tests that I think Astralis and Navi need to pass.
Yeah, Nafi just slinked under that smoke and
straight past him.
Straight past. Electronic, Simple screaming at him. Okay. Oh, well, that's a little comedy of errors, but it doesn't look like the errors are done yet because they're going to rat through the smoke. Perfecto hasn't heard a peep. Now he will. He's gone down. Oof. What? Collateral from Simple. No one's dead. Double tag. He's lifting up more body bags. Now he's gone. Okay, that's a weird one. Now the state of affairs is uncertain as to who has an advantage. They're so low. Navi may not know, though. And that might be enough of a deterrent. Look at Electronic's position.
I feel like they have to start going for some rounds, though, Alex.
Think,
this is 10, and look, they don't know the damage that has been done. It's unconfirmed damage, so it's not like they know that Shiro's on 19 and Hobbit is on 12, but, you know, you have to start going for a couple of these rounds at some point. I would say that 5 rounds on the CT side of Mirage, Navi can work with that. They definitely can work with that. So we'll give this one away. Allow Gambit to get up to the double digits, but they have to close out the last 2 rounds of the half here. And the max loss bonus, again, 3,400.
Yeah.
Will be enough to get guns dropped across, will be enough to muster up a buy. Shiro doesn't even need to leave the site, right? It's more of a risk for him to go out there and give that AWP away. This way, they just guarantee to deny it.
Yeah, he threw away everything.
Like, they got so much money. Like, Shiro now, like 10K, now he's reinvesting. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, for Gambit, they are sitting so pretty with cash. They're happy to stay in the bomb site and die with the bomb.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Perfecto's like, has anyone got a deagle going around? Is there any deagles around here I could possibly take off your hands, gentlemen?
Well, you got lucky. He's got one.
Thank you so very much. I'll be treated to that. All right, well, as you discussed, 5 is a line they've drawn. They can happily draw in the sand. Like, they'll have had to have done so by agreeing to save there. Let's see. Navi must win rounds. Gambit, such a thorn in their side. Bit of damage, chipping away at Shiro. Certainly not chipping away at his confidence, though, as he maintains this hold and will punish anyone that's brave enough to press their jump key.
Didn't even blink when that nade landed. Not even care about the little bit of damage that he just took on. Nafi in the meantime down to 80 as well. That's going to make things a bit easier for these M4s. But still, it's about Navi finding themselves in the right place and not getting overwhelmed. And Nafi, he's just sauntering up catwalk, finds his way into the vent room.
So they've got full mid control by virtue of a connector smoke and a 2-man push. Nafni's now threatening B. Just as the connector smoke fades, Axar's even taken window. They have got so much space. Look at the respect Simple has to exhibit. He's staring at the window. Nice find. First blood draw. Nafni misses his opportunity. Won't get many more of those onto Bit. Shiro might try his luck, though. Both blinded. Oh, what a trade. Hobbit elsewhere as well. He's actually caught Boomich in transition. Electronic needs this frag. It's a 3v3. There's still 30 seconds. They can go anywhere they want. And Hobbit's rascaling his way into jungle. Okay, so he's got the rotate locked. They need Electronic, though. You can't just plant. You can't! Okay, well, they'll try, and quick trade from Shiro enables it. Perfecto, unless he lands the wallbang, it has to be perfect. And he's defended by Hobbit. He's just always switched on. What a round winner. Shiro and Hobbit, between the two of them, ace. And Navi still can't get that number 3 to budge.
Just the awareness, like in all of these scenarios, in what they need to handle, right? Cover the rotation, make it difficult to come to that vent room. Make sure that your teammate, when you're in a 1-on-2 situation, can't die to the only place he could die from. It sounds simple, but this is all going on in their heads as the clock is ticking on down, and they're having to deal with players swinging into them looking for fights.
It's just like, yeah, you're right. You use a word like hyper-focus. I think that's exactly what you see from Gambit. And just an awareness, a shared, unified awareness as to where the potential round loss can come from at all times.
And right here, when the scoreline is 11-3, this is the blowout that we were hoping to avoid. But the way that Gambit are playing this, you can't fault them at all. You consider they lost the pistol, they lost a full eco. That's 2 out of the 3 rounds they've lost. And then the other one, I think Simple had 3 AWP kills or something, right?
Yep, that's the one with the saved AWP, actually. Yeah. They haven't won a weapon round yet.
And look, this is just perfect from Gambit. They even invest into this round with double AWP just to deal with any early CT-sided aggression. And you look at the buy from the CTs, AWP, AUG, Famus, MP9, and Perfecto in that lovely Deagle cycle. Guess what this is going to be? Flood onto the A site, 3 out apartments, 1 up ramp, and then late middle will be Axile.
Oh, he's been spotted. They've been rumbled. Nafani even caught on Palace by Simple, but Axile just bails himself out of trouble. He deals with the mid push. He can still late arrive. Shiro being held on the edge of this smoke. He's safe for now. Simple's desperate to catch him. That's the bomb, that's the AWPer, and I think he's got enough of a visual. He will finish him off. Shot to the crotch. Bit on stairs, Hobbit to work his magic there. Boomich caught out on the push, dinked by that MP9. Only 2 of left, and with 10 seconds left, that bomb has not even been picked up. It's out in the open.
Should be the fourth.
Should and is. All right, well, that's our half. Navi post one at the end and the start, but it's all Gambit in between. We'll be back to see if this is really going to be another Gambit versus Navi victory. 3 for 3.
Inside the void in my head, I'm searching through the darkness, but feeling like there is nobody there. I wake up just to find I'm in chains, and you're there holding the key. No. Fell for another one of your games. No, this can't be happening. No. I'm shaking 'cause I'm frozen. I need some holy water to wash away this poison. You got me trapped inside her. I'm a nightmare. I knew it when I fell into your arms. Nothing is right here, and I'm shaking 'cause I know it won't be long till I'm deeper and deeper, falling in fear. I'm screaming out, but no one can hear. I'm trapped in my nightmare. And if I don't wake up quick, this is the end. I started speaking slick with my tone. I talk too sweet to repair. Should have known that you would be gone when you gave in to my spell. Trying to find your feet on the floor, but you're suspended in air. Scratching for a way out my clutch, but you ain't going nowhere. You're shaking 'cause you're frozen. You need some holy water to wash away this poison. 'Cause there's no breaking out. Trapped in my nightmare. I knew it when you fell into my arms. 'Cause nothing is right here. Now you're shaking 'cause you know it won't be long till you're deeper and deeper, falling to fear. Keep screaming out, but no one can hear. You're trapped in a nightmare. And if you don't wake up quick, then this is the end. Closer, the end's running near. I feel the pressure and it's popping my head. Thought you could trust me, once again you failed.
5 rounds is all that separates Gambit from the semi-finals, as well as sending Navi to the quarters and a third in the list of head-to-heads that Gambit have come out on top of Navi. And Navi, make no mistake, have been coming into this series looking stronger than ever. Dust 2, a very convincing victory, making Gambit look silly at times, but I'm Machine, I'm joined by Chad Birchall, and this one, it does not bode well on Mirage for Navi.
Yeah, they've been chasing their tail throughout this one, and with only 4 rounds to their name, it doesn't matter where they get them, they just need rounds. So let's see. The pistol on the docket, 3 players in the A site, Hobbit, Nafi, and Shiro, all tucked in. Smoke's coming out, flash to follow, and the Glocks, well, they run on in.
Okay, this is going to be over quickly. Blink and you miss it. Headshots, oh, they're all hit. Gambit with 2 early. Even a third. Hobbit's having no issues. There wasn't a single bullet back in his direction. And now they know where they both are. Simple spotted, danced with. They know where Perfecto is, and oh, it's just too easy, Chadney.
This is how we started off the first half here. Just a clean sweep of a pistol. All the headshots come on in, and Gambit walk away with a 12th. Navi will have to wait a little bit longer before they can change that number. Single digits, very stubborn in the last 2 maps. Speaking of single digits, that's where everybody on Navi finds themselves other than the man himself. Simple, 16 kills for him. I'm not quite sure, you know, when we talked about map number 1 with Dust 2, teamwork was on point. They were working off each other. They always had an answer. They always had a move. In the first half of this one, it kind of felt like the opposite. It wasn't that they weren't working together. It's just they never really had the right answers for what Gambit were throwing their way. And Navi have been humbled. It's not often you see them with an eco round like this. 2 Deagles and a P250 is all they herald going into round number 17.
It's all right, though. Perfecto spent the last 10 rounds on the CT side, practicing his
That's
Deagles.
right. How many shots do you think he's going to land in a round like this? Because if he has been practicing, it would be nice, Alex, to see him hit at least one.
You're right. Definitely been warming her up. Unfortunately, he did need teammates. And the one person we were talking about...
Oh! You got the tag.
He did. 4, though, from Axile into that one. He's just caught up with all of his friends on the scoreboard. He'll be happy to grab a little bit of an Eco Cobra moment.
I have some positives for those donning the Navi colours.
Yeah?
The rifles are coming out.
Yeah, well, I'll consider our positive...
It's just, it was, in my mind, this series was never meant to go down this way, Alex.
It wasn't, Chad, and that is why, you know, you're clamoring for anything that will give us some hope into the Navi boys. This bode, or at least it could have very well been an incredibly competitive series. Yet to see evidence of that from Navi. Bit, however, with a headshot and Electronic holding for Hobbit's push. I can't believe that's not another death. It could have been a 5v3.
Oh,
it still is.
That's another look in.
What are you up to, you greedy goat?
I think the bonus round really just thrusting Navi and Hobbit forward to find some frags. Everything's been going their way. Why not?
Yeah.
This would be a real problem for Navi. If they let a round like this one slip, we've got some real issues for the remainder of this game. I think we'll blink and miss it. Because this, they have to convert. That smoke has just landed. It's going to buy a little bit of extra time, but Inters is actually shying away from the bomb site. He's pulled back towards kitchen with the FAMAS.
Okay, so Gambit are going to straight up Astralis this here and save.
Yeah, it looks like they were hoping that the finish would be on the A bomb site. Shiro over towards Ticket has the scout. Axile tucked into the site. Boomich searching, spots one. He'll go down, so that AK is at least available.
Shiro will jump at the opportunity to make a scout an AK.
Might have to barter with Inters for that, I think.
Oh, what, you want me to go between a scout or a FAMAS?
Yeah, well, look, he'd prefer the AWP, so...
Fair enough.
At least this one zooms a little bit closer. Doesn't have to barter with anybody. Just goes and rips that off Hobbit's body. And this will be the 5th for Navi. But, in context, they were fed 2 kills, right? And here you go. You're going to get them on the replay. This is the first. Nafany trying to get up close to person with the UMP. Dink's good. Kill wasn't there. And same thing for Hobbit. They were just looking in for some form of aggression. Didn't get what they were after. Gave up their lives and gave up the round in the process. Bomb's going to detonate right here, right now. Nafany will be able to drop a AWP across to Shiro. He can give him that FAMAS. Sucks a little bit, I suppose, if you are Nafany in this little exchange. But they will make it work, and Gambit still just a few rounds away from sealing the deal right here. Buyback coming in out of Boomich. And we really need to start settling into this half. So a timeout taken from Gambit, and they tend to do this early. Just want to talk through their options, make sure they can get the most out of a buy like this. If Navi can't get any traction in a gun round, if they can't make Gambit sweat, if they can't force them to save yet again, their buy is not going to be looking very good going into round number 20 either. It's very grim over there as... Well, it was daytime when we started this series. You can see in the background of Blade's camera there. We are getting into night. 7:35 right here, right now. And well, the series has delivered in terms of the length. We've got to the 3rd, but in terms of the quality on the maps, it has been a really strong showing out of Gambit in the last 2.
I mean, yeah, this second half that we're witnessing now is only really a product of that first from Gambit. 11 posted on their T side. Just a formality now on their defense. Let's see what Navi have cooked up for us here. It looks like an A take, and there's only Hobbit there. They're faffing around with full mid control. Boomich should go down, right? Someone's going to be holding this. Yeah, Axile shuts it down. Shiro does have that bomb cross. Fires off a shot, so they know it's being held. They'll have to smoke it.
Only one of those left. This is very limped in by Navi.
There's no smoke, and he can just catch Electronic on the cross. Bit's vulnerable if he goes for a triple plant. Could get sprayed down. He's at 30 HP. Oh, lives on, and even aggression from Simple. He's taken matters into his own hands just to demand a round out of Gambit. Inter's spotted on that headshot angle. Simple trying to reposition to save this round. Shiro's got bit booked. Orp ready to hunt on towards Simple's peak. You can see he's moving. He actually wants to bring the fight to them. And he does transfer nicely onto Axile, hiding in the smoke. Simple's doing everything he can. Partnered with Perfecto, and Shiro's just not got the time. Simple does it all. Pushed Connector, went back to Tetris, pushed back onto Axile. Like, he really... that was a glimpse of the old Simple.
Yeah, had to be very proactive in that situation, right? Because the problem is, I think as soon as Gambit are able to identify your positions across the map, they'll just work on you, right? They know exactly what you are, what you're doing, and the most likely response. Simple's thrown all of that out the window. And that was available because Navi spammed all those bullets through the smoke. Simple took make like a massive risk by pushing that, but it paid off. And that's what they needed. Good stuff there in tandem, getting it done. And Navi will make it to 6.
It's FAMAS. Scout for Shiro, excuse me, AWP for Shiro.
Managed to get his hands back on that one there towards the tail end of the round, so.
Boomich jumps. There's an AWP there, and he still has the story to tell. Nades will hurt, drops his smoke, drops 2 nades onto his nose. He's down to 15. The poor soul just wants to get his util thrown. Can't even line it up in the presence of that smoke. Bit, though, takes a bite straight out of the A defense. Quick trade, Nafi. Good read of the game from him. Puts us back into an even keel, and not smooth sailing, certainly. Simple's out ramp with the bomb. So that info is readily available to any brave soul that wants to challenge out.
Oh, I told a bit of a lie. Shiro got dropped another AWP. He bought one of his own, either way. That's the weapon he desires here, and they are heading towards this A bomb site.
Oh, Nafi made a little bit of a peep. Simple's head is spotted. It's held by Electronic, though, and that's the trade. Now 4 versus 3. Yeah, he hasn't got across yet. Shiro's playing in pursuit of the denial. Up the ramp, they might boost. There's a gap in their defenses here. Intis has no idea. Axel has his cross, so Simple just stays tucked in. Oh, Shiro springs to action with 2 just as the bomb goes down. Now they're destabilized. It'll be Simple that has to be the hero again. He knows where they're coming from. The warband gets him on his edge, but it's defended for now. And only Shiro. Again, the impact from Perfecto and Simple just partnering up. Constantly hanging out in these limbo positions. Look at Simple, like just floating. He just knows the blind spot of the AWP. Doesn't want to be predictable, doesn't want to be vulnerable to any potential. And now, yeah, Shiro's made it very clear he's on for the save. Just smokes the potential. Yeah, he's also considered Perfecto.
All right, gets his way back towards CT spawn. You'll see him reappearing there any second now. But I think we have a game of things here. 13-7. Money kept honest at this juncture of the game for Gambit. As we take a quick look at these highlights, Nafi really slowed them down so much just after that one frag there. These shots from Shiro were nice. A moment earlier, that bomb hits the deck, and
yeah, Simple and Perfecto really do have a nightmare to deal with at that point.
yeah, they'd be scrambling. And take a look at the scores here. Shiro 21, 20 for Simple. And we spoke about the lack of double digits. I think there's some members of this Navi team who may be yet to frag here in the second half. But Bit has now joined him on double digits. There's a lot of work to get back into this still for Navi, but there's a real opportunity. The door, it's a little bit open here. Just the saved AWP to deal with right now. Gambit can go for a bit of a partial investment on the remaining members.
Let's hope Gambit haven't got any unaddressed wounds from the last time they were on the CT side of Mirage.
Yeah, it's 3 more, right? It feels like they should be able to get there, but you never know in a game like this. Shiro's AWP is the only big gun in the round, and the rest have stacked over towards B. So if Shiro can find a kill, it might funnel them over towards the second letter of the alphabet.
He was going to consider the underpass hold, but doing it all, he's got to check his palace, his ramp, his top mid, his underpass. It's all a vulnerability of Shiro's current position. And Navi, make no mistake, are in no rush. They, just like you have had a similar breakthrough, Chad, are starting to believe. Knowing that an 8th is... should be a formality.
Worst thing that can happen to Shiro right now is if they just creep up behind the connector split and can explode. But if they go for the B split, that's exactly what Gambit want. And he still hasn't fired a shot to kind of force them over towards that side of the map.
It's true, that would hold a lot of weight, especially if he could catch one of them. Oh. It's heard. They are about to explode A. Shiro still paranoid about the ladder room. Flash for Shiro's position. Smokes arrive and A is theirs. Oh, bit. Nice angle found on that smoke. By design.
Yeah, it must be, right? The fact that he's run straight in towards that corner and found that frag, that's huge. Well, and the threat's dealt with. It was very, very simple stuff right there. Site maybe a little bit scared of a stack exactly like this.
Yeah.
But either way, on both sides of the map, it still would have gotten a little bit dicey. They're able to deny the AWP. Simple will make sure that cannot be picked on up whatsoever. And Navi now with their 8th. It's not necessarily the blistering pace that, if you were joining us earlier today, that Fury and Vitality were offering.
It is 4 in a row, though, and I think that's more than enough to start forging a path for Navi to equalize, at least. All by process of that bomb exploding as well. So they've been getting access to the sites, and as well as that, you could indicate the Gambit have been saving, which they have. Not a single CT round has passed without one member surviving. But nothing posted in the last, as we addressed. 4 rounds in a row for Navi. They've made a 13-4. Read 13-8.
Oh, that smoke towards the top mid box suggests a lot. It's going to force out maybe even more utility or more eyes focused just towards the top of mid here. Surprised to see them burn a smoke like that, but either way.
It was a bit of a headshot beast into Hobbit last time. It seems that being held by the AWP, and that's a lot easier for Shiro. And Electronic, the next victim. Okay, sigh of relief for Hobbit as he passes the test of Palace. Axel, however, going down, and mid-control is now being fought for. There is a smoke on Simple. Oh, but they don't let them set up. Instead, Navi just with a wild haymaker. Oh, good response. Now a 1v2 is established. Perfecto doing damage and doing them dirty. 35 points of health, and Shiro is holding this close line. The flash is not what he wanted. Desperate to bait the shot. Shiro does not take it, and 14 is secured.
That was very flat, and I'm not quite sure if that was the approach of Navi that was flat or just the way that Gambit dealt with it, but there was only one of those duels that was tradable for Navi, and Simple did trade off of that fight. The rest of them were just what felt like 1v1s, so oof, that's more of the old Navi creeping in, not the one that we were watching versus VP just the other day. And they will have to take another timeout. The finances are there, that's not the problem.
Yeah, this is a Blade pep talk for sure.
But the thing is, how are you going to will them into this? Because all the different setups that Gambit are able to throw your way, the aggression that they've shown in earlier rounds, you're going to have to keep that in the back of your mind. I understand why Navi likely want to go for a default, let your players work.
It's like he's opening up different Word documents.
Yeah, he's getting flashbanged. He probably is, you know?
Yeah. Or he's doing aimbots, and they're like, Blade, where are you, dude?
Sorry, guys, I'll be with you in a minute.
Get it started then. Round 23. The gap has closed to a point where we're no longer writing Navi entirely out. But Gambit certainly have been the protagonist of Mirage. And they haven't tagged him a single lick with that FAMAS spray in the smoke. So Axel could be vulnerable to the nutmeg. He's actually fallen out. Oh, I reckon Boomage could be set for a goodie here. Oh, lovely. Great find. Oh, but exclusively because of that smoke play. It's equalized, and Electronic, he's been caught out by Hobbit one too many times from this position. Is he really going to get caught on the timing again? Yeah. Just like that. Didn't spot the AWPer, but does get away. And
Meanwhile, Perfecto's on B.
yeah, he's being tested. Like the poor CTs aren't quite sure what's up. At least one's out B. Shiro's actually respecting it enough to leave Hobbit alone. Dude. Perfecto's pulled a Gambit onto Gambit here. He knows there's 2B. They know there's only 1A. He's dead as well. Navi looking set for 9 here. Perfecto. He's definitely been going to his acting classes. He has absolutely sold the whole crowd on this one. He's even got on the frag. Shiro still just about removing the hook out of his cheek after taking the bait.
Might do the best to bludgeon this fish.
Yeah, I think he's just looking for revenge at this point.
Yeah, because that really sucked them in, right? And Perfecto in 2 rounds in a row has done exactly that. He's taken the liberties at the B bomb site. It didn't work out so well in the round before because it fell flat elsewhere on the map, but Boomich with a solo man play, Perfecto with a solo man play, and this time it works, right? They've been able to use that space that was bought for them, find that kill onto Hobbit on the side, and here's the trade in mid onto Boomich, right? Boomich taking down Navi, a very, very key prong to take. This is the one from Perfecto. And that's forced all these rotations. So great job for Perfecto and Boomich there. Key in that round, as well as Simple's kill onto Hobbit. So Gambit again.
Poor.
Yeah, and just that AWP to work off. And I say just, if they're able to make the right gamble stack, or if Shiro's able to get the right kill which forces Navi across the map, it can always fall apart. Axel,
yeah.
He's got himself a scout here. So tags with that as well. You combine that with that CZ, we can start to cook with something. Shiro, that's the first. That's what we were talking about. And he's going to mantle up quickly towards the vent.
Yeah, instant boost. Really cool setup to at least have him completely unpredictable right out of the break. Now, Boomich is working on his mid fight again. They get the info. Boomich responded to by Shiro. That's a great shot. I don't even know how much of him he saw, just based off of the info from his teammates. Well, certainly alarm bells are in the background of Navi now. They've got plenty of time, but the man disadvantage by a product of Shiro's AWP, and he's going to keep moving that around. It looks like they're actually just grouping up to push for early info B. Hobbit and Axel have a CZ and a scout between them.
Still very doable here. If Hobbit just stays tucked in, that'll draw him right into the scout of Axel, but he's had to cheat over towards spawn. So many gaps to worry about for Gambit right here, but the attack is coming A, and Hobbit's on notice.
Yeah, but they're throwing smokes. A nice courtesy. It enables the scout to peek in first. Bait in for Hobbits. Soften them up for Hobbit. Oh dear, a collateral. One into the brain of Simple. And this 15th round is being snatched away by Axile. Hobbit finishes it off. And Gambit make it work. You talked about it, you're soothsayer. You saw that one coming. Shiro's AWP does channel them up to the group, and it doesn't even need to be tagging them if he's hitting the headshot.
Oh, that is insane. How does he get the collat tag there with the headshot straight onto Simple? The man that's meant to be watching for that gets absolutely bodied. And
he was holding CT for half of the round.
He was ready for that swing. This is the opener. Great stuff from Shiro just ahead of that smoke blooming. Bit goes down, has to watch his teammates. This one here doesn't see anything.
Yeah, just a flick of his, I think it was just the tip of his head. Lovely stuff, great work. And this is Axile's shot that we were so surprised about.
Yeah.
Simple was do you know? Oh, it's the worst case scenario. His teammate peeked just as Axile did. And that momentary pause, just of his brain processing whether or not he was supposed to click or not.
That's the thing is like the thing is, Simple's, he's doing the right job because the teammate's coming out going to take the close contact, which is meant to then force Axile to swing up. But he's just swung off that smoke, that one tell of the smoke, and frustration now has to be boiling on over. The buy here for Navi, it is in the bin. Pistols, MAC-10, Galil, light util. Gambit is set for victory.
The molly didn't get fully extinguished, and Shiro's going to cancel any plans he had around the gap of the mid-smoke. Gaps all over the shop.
Back to sell B again, and the rest of them to finish A by the looks.
Hobbit has had Electronic's number this whole time in his Palace fights. And this time, it's Bit to clear the corner. Sandwich open for business. Axile on the back foot, trying to hold this cross. Oh, they're boosting Sandwich. The nade might do damage. Electronics ready for Nafi. And just like that, Navi looking competitive into round 25.
The save simulator will continue here. And Navi will get himself double digits at least. But here, by the book, Gambit.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to give him any more. Navi came in with Tech 9s. Anything they leave with is a bonus.
Just make sure Shiro holds on to that ult. We've seen how instrumental it can be. 27 kills, that helps tell the story. 104 ADR. And Simple, the man on the other side, he wants to take it out of his hands here. Boost it up short.
He wants short to peak, and then Simple to peak after the jiggle, right?
Yeah, the thing is, Shiro's going to shoot and then dip on out, surely.
Well, Boomage's contact gave him nothing. Maybe Simple sticks around just to catch anyone walking. Oh!
How quick is he?
Yeah, man. And he was like double zoomed by that point as well.
Ready for that maneuver, of course. 15 to 10. Still not an easy task. Another 5 necessary just to take us to OT here. This is Bit. Opens that one up. Hobbit would have been set for a few. And good job from Bit. Better shooting there from Electronic as well. And this was the quick one onto Simple. Getting rumbled by that explosion. And here we go again.
All right, well, the mark is set. 5 perfect rounds demanded of Navi, or a quarter-final finish.
Looks like it might be a B here. Bombs up in the apartments, mid being sold. Util being lined up towards the B bomb site, and Bit now down towards Connector. Perfecto's gotten in here before. This time he's got support.
Yeah, they're just going to go off the first. Yep, straight out. Shiro was blind, fails the strafe, and it costs him his life.
They
That's
stacked
not
us, 3
great.
here.
Gambit are about to close this one out purely on the read. Everybody's hitting their shots. Bit's gone already. Boomich is behind Navi. And he goes for the knife. The audacity. Gets it and gets away. Simple's charging to A. Hobbit's alone, and they're already peeking him. Here we go. Boomich and Simple for survival, a 2v5. We said 5 perfect rounds. Well, a 2v5 certainly does sound perfect to me. The play, the knife kill. Gambit getting knifed and losing Mirage, huh? Oh, that very awkward standoff. Axel has all of the time to check it. They both whip out their weapons, and Simple, they don't have an incendiary. But all Gambit have to do to secure a semi-final start into the playoffs is find Simple. Oh, and he's already had contact. Good shooting, finding the head, and a jumping peek from Inters confirms it.
Time.
Simple's too good, though, and they go again. Navi saved by the Simple Bell.
Oh, this is getting closer and closer there. You can see the heroics out of Boomich to even set them up for a round like this. The fact that he's audacious enough to go for this. Look at this. This knifed in the back, and away we go. That's when the round started to get a move on this awkward exchange. Oh. And then to the rescue.
I mean, if Simple didn't kill Axel there was no way this round even starts to shape up. Never mind spotting Inter's jump peak so he can bang him out. Okay, well.
I think they bought themselves 12, right? They should have at least bought themselves the 12th round here, Navi, just because of what they've done to Gambit's economy in this one. So we did want a close affair. We are getting it here in the double digis. Pistols coming on out. Deagles, P250s, USPs spread across. And Navi, they just have to make sure there's no foot fault in a round like this. Almost in touching distance of overtime now. How much further can they push this series?
Can I also say that it is kind of ridiculous that in a game this close, Shiro's only died 8 times?
Yeah. Wild stuff, right? Keeping that AWP for future rounds time and time again.
It's very Simple-esque. You know, part of me likes to hope that he presses tab and just kind of beams with pride.
I'm sure both of them press tab and see that major win next to Hobbit's name.
Yeah, you're damned, son, yeah. There is a major coin in the server. And they're going for it again. Perfecto fakes the drop-off, maybe?
4 here.
Yeah, once on boosted box, they might have a chance here if Inters gets more than that. Nafi has provided. Oh dear! 3 with pistols. This is supposed to be the guaranteed 12th. You've just had a 2v5 to get here. You can't let it slip now. And they could. They very well could. The bomb's on B. Nafi has it. He's got armor, a Desert Eagle, and a perfect fight. Gets peeked out. Boomich again with the impact frags when it matters most. He's been spotted out, but does go down. Bit cancels the plant. Shiro, the aforementioned clutch master, would have to pull off a very hard 1v1. 50 HP and no armor. And it's the new boy from Navi. Bit, can you hold the nerve? Will Shiro sheerly outbrain him? He's gone for bench. Nice find, great find. Okay, Navi, we go again. Had to keep a very, very calm face there.
Yeah, it's wild how close a round like that is. All things considered, Navi are being made to work no matter what the Gambit buy looks like.
Boomage saving Navi's hide here.
Yeah, he's had some impactful kills in these last few rounds, has Boomage. And Bit here, you know, the awareness, I think most players would assume you're going to lose him there. He's going to be up close and personal to the site, but stays calm, gets them across the line with another round, and, well, coming A are Navi.
That's better. It's more like it. Early blood drawn, this time by the T side, as they still try and forge this absurd campaign. Shiro keeps them honest. Electronic will get nothing. This time he's not in Palace, though. And Boomage spotted with the light benefit. That's a bonus.
Just 3 more kills.
3 frags. Semi-finals on the cards for the victor of this. Perfecto, Dink exchange, his weapon's better. Lives to tell the tale, down to 13. That bomb is on Tetris. Bit needs to take a lot of space here if he wants to lock down jungle. He can't really risk it. And so they do look to pause. Let Simple work his magic. This is where Gambit do their best work, though. Positions like this, where they know that you're under the screws, they reposition into a nice and even spread, but that is exactly what Navi were hoping for.
Yeah, I think they're giving them the space right here. Gambit want Navi to make the first move, and they're going to just slowly pedal their way forward into this bomb site. The bomb on the back of Perfecto. He's low on HP. Might want to toss that one over as his teammates look for a kill.
Two flashes.
Real problems with time now.
20 seconds. It's a smoke and a flash even. Nafi spotted, loses his head. Bit has provided them just enough space to get that bomb down. And Navi are doing it again. This 3v3, silence broken and extended now by Simple. And Shiro doesn't want to concede his 10th death just yet.
Yeah, but he's given up his location here, and sure, these rounds have been close. Navi have been losing plenty of players, but Simple and co, they realize the importance of taking this AWP out of the hands of Shiro. He's tucked up in towards the B kitchen. It looks like he's got plenty of a buffer here to work with.
Yeah, he's done his calculations. He's worked it out, travel time. He's drawn on the map.
Max loss bonus again here for Gambit.
Yeah, Gambit CT side is being picked apart here, Chad. They've boasted, what, 4 in total? And the first 2 were those clean, ridiculous pistol and conversion.
Almost exactly how Navi did it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's so tough right now to see where the break point's going to be. I feel like Navi are having to work a lot harder for the rounds that they're getting here on their T side compared to what we saw out of Gambit.
It's the numbers at the top that matter. And, well, Navi have certainly overcome a lot of adversity to get here. We knew we wanted a close series. Now we've got it. Shiro, the audacity. Pushes Palace at a crucial juncture of the game. That might not be the only push they're going for. Hobbit's taken a CZ close ramp. Don't forget, it's a hero AWP. And so seeing that AWP in the feed, with their backs against the ropes, Navi tucked their tongue. Yet to see a 10th kill out of Electronic. Now would be the time. He has to step up to the plate. Hobbit, only a CZ.
These type of rounds here, Navi have only just got through by the skin of their teeth, right? It's been some crazy plays. It's been 2v5s. It's been brawly scenarios. And, well, this one right here, if they let the clock be their demise, it'll be the Navi of old. How many times can they get away with it? And this is Navi just sitting and waiting, being patient. They have not done a lot across the map here. They're hoping Gambit make a misread, a misplay, give something up. Gamble stack the wrong site. Shiro's still here.
Fakes the ramp steps. Pulls Boomich back into clear. And it looks like they are going to be at least executing into Shiro. So the big gun is in the right place. Navi, they've got 28 seconds. Hobbit makes the CZ work, even flying up the ladder to draw their fire. Chance for Shiro, perhaps. He's missed the first, takes the second. Simple's gone. And now just to defend their honor, a chance at the semis. It's going to be Electronic and Bit. Gambit 2 frags away from it. Now it's all onto Shiro. He's done it. Easy peasy. Gambit find it in the end. My goodness, it came all the way down to the wire. Nearly a full 30 of regulation to separate these two teams. A T-side to be remembered from both of them. But celebrations in order. Gambit locked in for the semi-finals.